Good evening everybody and welcome to day 2 of Vlogmas. In today's video I'm here to help all of you people out who don't know much about equestrians or are looking for ideas to buy your equestrian girlfriend, daughter, son, whoever. I'm here to help by giving you a list of things that I, as an equestrian, absolutely love and have on my Christmas list, or things that I've been bought that I absolutely love, to help you out so that you don't have to do loads of research to find a great present. So stay tuned. Dokie. So, starting off probably with a fairly obvious one, and if you know me, it's pretty much my family's go-to if they're looking to buy me something, and that is saddle pads. I love saddle pads. I love having different options for, for real reasons, like, if one's in the wash I need to have a spare so I don't have to not ride, or, try and dry it really quickly, but also just because I like to have different options. I like to choose different things to wear myself, and I like to choose different things for my pony to wear. So this is actually a new one that I recently bought at Your Horse Live, but a lot of the saddle pads I have actually been bought for me for either Christmas or birthdays or stuff like that. So this is a Lemure saddle pad. Most of mine are from Lemure. I also have a few from Shire's Equestrian. Both are lovely brands, really good quality. This is called a Spectrum one, so you can see it's kind of like ombre. Absolutely love it. I'm obsessed. But yeah, you can never go wrong with something like a saddle pad. A question to ask, if you don't know this answer already, is what type of saddle do they have? So this is actually called a close contact saddle. So you can see it's very cut, very quite deep up here, and then it kind of pops out like this. So this is generally for a jump saddle, but it does actually go fine. I've got a general purpose saddle, so something called a GP, and that goes fine with mine, but generally I get either a CC, which is a close contact, or a GP saddle pad. You can also, if somebody does dressage, you get dressage cut saddle pads. I tend not to because my GP is quite forward cut, but it's a question to ask potentially sneakily if you're looking to buy a saddle pad. Find out what discipline they do, because if they do dressage and you buy this, it's not going to work. So definitely ask that question if you don't know the answer already. What you can also do if you're not sure about the saddle pad is have a little look at their collection of saddle pads, and if they haven't got them already, you can go for the matchy ears. Again, I might be slightly obsessed, but I'm okay with it. So yeah, these are the matching ears to this saddle pad. Again, I bought at Your Horse Live. Again, I never started off with loads of matchy sets. I kind of bought pretty saddle pads, and then people bought me like the added extra bits. So things like the ears, hat silks, base layers that you can buy. They're all kind of things that other people have bought for me for like Christmas or birthdays and stuff like that. So yeah, they're super easy to get hold of, and if you know like the brand that they've got or the colour that they've got, really easy to, and a nice little stocking filler too. The only question you need to find out is the size of the ear bonnet. So I have a 15-2, basically thoroughbred. He's very thin. He has a size large. He can fit in a medium, but it's just slightly too small, so he gets a large. So if you are looking to buy something like this, make sure that you are kindly asking the questions without letting them know what you're doing, so that you don't buy the wrong size. Or if you do, have it so that you've got an exchange available, so if you do get the wrong size they can just exchange it for the right one. So if you're looking for a slightly smaller or less expensive gift, you have plenty of options, so don't panic. A absolute favourite is always socks. You can never have too many socks, and you can never have too many riding socks. These are also a Lemure pair. These are one of the first pairs I actually got. They're quite old now. But I have about a million different pairs of socks from Lemure, Shires, and the other one that I've put on my Christmas list for this year are a company called Cool Horse Socks. Does what it says on the tin. I found these guys on Instagram recently and I was like, oh my gosh, I love them. So I've stuck them on my Christmas list for this year, so fingers crossed. Otherwise I'll be making some January purchases after Christmas. But yeah, socks are super easy. You've got so many different brands that you can grab hold of. And I've also got some really nice ones from Shires. I actually can't find them. A lot of my socks are in the wash because my old boots, which we'll come to a bit later, were not waterproof anymore. So every time I went into the field, my socks got really wet, and I've been going through socks like crazy. So a lot of my riding socks are actually in the wash at the moment. But yeah, they're a super easy thing to get a hold of. Not too complicated on things like sizing and colours, because most people don't really mind what colour socks they have. And yeah, definite firm favourite. I love getting riding socks for Christmas. They're one of my favourite things, and as I said, Cool Horse Socks is on my list for this year because they've got so many lovely designs. I saw them on Instagram and was like, oh my gosh, I need so many pairs of these socks. So many. And you can just never have too many, especially if you're somebody who rides quite a lot. You can never have too many pairs of socks. Just never. It's not a thing, guys. So, next up on my list, something for the winter time, because if you're anything like me and you struggle in the winter, I spend the majority of my life in 1,000 layers and I'm always cold. So, you have hats and headbands. This is a lovely hat that I bought last Christmas. This is from Shires. This is their Aubrian range. And I absolutely loved this when I saw it. It's such a lovely hat. It's super warm, so especially this time of year when I'm out at the yard for hours on end, this keeps my head nice and toasty and warm. And then you can also get these headbands. So if you don't like wearing a hat or you just want to put something on quick, these are a great alternative. I love wearing headbands. My ears get cold quite a lot, and I often find that some hats are just too long for my head. I've got quite a small head, so a headband is a great alternative. This is actually a special headband. This is from a company called Equestrians. I am slightly obsessed with these guys, but this little contraption on the front is actually a light. How cool is that? There's loads of different settings, so you can have it really bright or not so bright. This has been an absolute godsend this year. I bought these, when did I buy them? Over Halloween time. I bought one for me and Nathan, and I'm so glad that we did. They are super handy, as well as being nice and warm, because they are fleece lined as well as lovely knit. They are so handy to have at the yard. I have pretty much used this every single day since I bought it. They are super helpful. Our yard does not have fabulous lighting, so when it gets to these darker evenings, this has been a godsend, but also for things like doing the dog walking, when I go and put the bunnies to bed if it's slightly dark. This is just absolutely incredible. They literally just pop out of the middle here, and you have this cute little section which you pop this off, and it's a little USB, so mine has literally just been charged because I have been using it, and these are incredible, so be sure to check out Equestrians. They are fabulous. Following on from staying warm, next on my list are scarves. Again, you can never have too many scarves, and especially when it gets into the colder months. I spend my entire life wrapped up with a scarf because my neck gets so cold. Even when I'm riding, I tend to have a scarf on because I hate the wind on my neck. I hate it. That little insight into me, guys. I hate the wind on my neck. You're welcome. This is again another one from Lemure. As you can see, I quite like my Lemure. This was actually a Christmas present from a family member. It's a lovely little scarf, and it's super thin and lightweight, so I can pop this on whilst I'm riding and I haven't got this big bulky scarf around my neck. But it is also super warm, and it's a really soft fabric, so absolutely love this. Again, this one was another Christmas present from last year, and it's a lovely, lovely scarf. It's a slightly softer material, so it's kind of like, I call it my fancy scarf, so I wear this to like slightly fancier things. Like I won't wear this down the yard, but I'll wear this like with an outfit. It's really nice. I don't actually know where it's from, unfortunately, because it was a gift, as I said. And it doesn't say. I don't even know if that word's English. I don't think it is. But yeah, I don't know where this is from, unfortunately, but there are tons of companies that do lovely scarves. This one has literally just got like little like tack bits on it, and it's just beautiful. I absolutely love it. This one I keep nice and safe so that it doesn't get covered in horse. But yeah, something like a scarf is super handy to have. If you come in, I swear. We've been interrupted.
Hello. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You're so welcome. It's amazing. It is.
Anyway. So I briefly talked about it earlier, but another thing that you can look at is equestrian clothing. So this lovely top is from Shire's Equestrian. I also have the matching like leggings, which I absolutely love. These tights that I'm currently wearing are from Lemieux. I also have clothing from Blackheart Equestrian. I have a lot of Shire's stuff. Macara. There are tons and tons of different equestrian clothing brands that you can look at if you know somebody's size. You can never have too many base layers, too many pairs of breeches, whatever else, because if you're riding regularly, you're going to be getting through clothes and wanting things washed and clean and nice and stuff like that, so you can never go wrong with something like that. Yeah, there's loads of different brands. There's also a few different types of like trouser wear that you can have. So the ones I've got on currently, these are kind of like riding tights, so they're quite thin, great for the summer, but in the winter I'm actually wearing two pairs. I've got a pair of leggings on underneath because I get way too cold. But that's just my personal preference. You've then got things like breeches. They're kind of thicker than tights, but not super thick. They're kind of made, I don't really even know how to describe the like material, but they're not quite tights material, but they're not quite like cottony. They're kind of like in the middle. Breeches are my favourites because I don't like them being too thin because I get cold quite a lot, but I also don't like them being too thick because I don't like to feel restricted while I'm riding. Then you've got something called jodhpurs. Jodhpurs are kind of like the cotton material. You generally don't get like, so these all have like gel seat on them, which I prefer. Jodhpurs, you don't tend to get them on them because they're like a cottony material. They tend to have like extra padding in like the areas that you need them. I just personally I don't like, it's not that I don't like them, I just prefer breeches. So if I'm looking for something, I tend to go for breeches or tights because I like the full seat. And I also like the thinness of them. I like being able to feel like I can feel my horse, you know, just personal preference. So, you know, if you are looking to buy clothing, make sure you get the right size. Don't offend anyone by getting the wrong size. We all know it's a terrible mistake to make. But also maybe just have a little chit chat around what they prefer. Because, you know, if somebody doesn't like riding tights and you buy them riding tights, they may not like them as much as if you were to buy them, you know, breeches, if that's what they prefer. But yeah, something to bear in mind. And again, there's tons of different clothing brands, so you know, you can't go wrong. There's loads of different options out there that you can have a look at, and loads of different price ranges as well. So yeah, take a little look. So for my final product, I have put a blanket down, and when I bring this product to you, you will understand why. So the final thing I'm going to talk to you about is footwear. You can never go wrong with a good pair of shoes, especially for at the yard. I've just recently bought a new pair of boots. I had an absolutely lovely pair of the Eskimo Dublin boots, which I had for probably about 3 years. They were absolutely incredible, super, super warm. I absolutely loved them. but the leather did crack around the sides eventually, and so I've just had to get a new pair. They are a fairly expensive boot, but well worth investing in if you have the money, because as I said, they lasted me 3 years and they were well worth the money. But I have actually just bought myself a new pair of boots recently because they needed replacing. So I'm going to show you my lovely new boots, which are not really very new anymore. As you can see, they're a bit muddy because I pretty much wear these, as I said, every day. I even dog walk in these because they're so comfortable. These are the High Equestrian, I believe they're called winter mountain boots or something like that. They have two different ones. They have these long ones, which are what I prefer. I like having warm legs. And they also have a short boot version, which are great if you don't really want a long one. But yeah, I recently got these maybe a month ago, and I've pretty much worn them every single day. I love them. They're waterproof. They've got lovely design on the front here. It's called laces, but you don't have to do up and undo all the laces because they have zips in the back. So you literally just slip it on and do the zip up. So they're super easy to get on and off. Only problem I have is that it's quite dirty down here, so when I go to unzip myself I tend to get a bit mucky on my fingers, but you know, can't have everything. They've also got this lovely fleecy inside and they are so warm. I hate being cold and these have been perfect for me. They are so warm, so comfy. I love walking in them and they were definitely worth the money. They're also not super expensive, so I paid I think £60 for them because they were on sale. But you know, there's loads of different options. You can look for short boots, long boots, you know, different. Oh, I'll just put that out the way so I don't get mud all over the blanket. But you can look at things like wellies, because wellies are super handy to have down the yard. And it's so handy to have a few different pairs because if, you know, one breaks, you're then not stuck in a situation like I was in where you've not got anything waterproof and the fields are muddy and you get wet feet all the time. It's not very nice. My husband has actually just bought a pair of muck boots. They are a little bit pricey, but again, really worth the investment. They have tons of different options. The girl we work with also has a pair of muck boots and she pretty much wears them every day. She has like a short pair and my husband's just bought a long pair. They're super warm and comfy as well, so loads of different options to look out there. Have a look around and yeah, if you know your person's size, they're definitely worth investing in. Even if you know they've got like a pair of long boots, for example, you could buy them a pair of short boots for the summertime. You know, there's loads of different options. So yeah, you've got plenty of things to think about. So the final thing that I'm going to talk to you about is an equestrian photo shoot. So we actually recently had Rose from Daydream Equine Art come out and do a photo shoot with Jack. It's something that I have wanted to do for ages and she just does such incredible work. We managed to get her out to come and do Jack and one of the other horses on our yard. So she does black background shoots mainly, but she also does loads of other things. We had a black background shoot at the yard, so we did two different ones. We did a plain black background shoot, that's going to be really difficult to say regularly, of just Jack with like a black background. And I've actually asked for a print of that shoot for Christmas or my birthday. Hint, hint, husband.
What's that?
Nothing, dear.
No.
And then we also had, she does these really lovely Christmas photo shoots. So same kind of vibe, black background, but you put a wreath around the horse's neck, and as part of your photo shoot you get a little wooden Christmas ornament with the picture printed out on it to put on your Christmas tree, which I thought was just such an adorable idea. I'm really looking forward to that. It's not yet arrived, but it has been ordered, so I'm so looking forward to showing you guys that. But it is definitely something that any equestrian would absolutely love and appreciate. And there's loads of different companies where you can do like photography sessions with you and your horse, which is something that I would love to do one day. So even if you could just get like a voucher towards a photo shoot, I know pretty much every equestrian I know would appreciate that. So it's definitely something to bear in mind if you can find a local photographer that does like vouchers or something. Grab yourself one of those. You will definitely be in the good books. You're welcome. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope that you've got some good Christmas ideas. Hun, have you got some good Christmassy equestrian ideas?
Well, I don't know what's been said, that's the problem. For me, I would...
Top 3, what would you pick if you were buying me only horsey presents?
Only horsey present. For you,
Yeah.
Saddle pads.
Yep.
Saddle pads.
No, you can't do the same two.
Generally le mieux, because you seem to like them the most. What does Rimjay need? What would I buy you? I would probably buy you a saddle pad. I would probably buy you... You're really digging those Black Heart equestrian...
Love Black Heart equestrian.
Legging, breechy, jopper things. I don't know what they are.
As you can see, guys, it's important to ask questions, because that's 3 different things that he knows nothing.
I'm sure if I bought any of those, they would be acceptable. Third thing, what would I buy you? I mean, going into winter, you've got a good coat, so I wouldn't buy you a coat, but a coat's always a...
I have got a good coat.
Good riding coat is a must.
Yeah.
You know, come on now, we're in Britain, you can't be fair weather riders in Britain. You need to get off your butt and go and ride in the rain and the cold.
I was hoping for like 3 quick answers so we could kind of carry on with our day.
I've never done. I just waffle. I don't think I've ever gone quick. Right, third. For you, I don't know, horse box.
You can't afford to buy me a horse box.
No, I know, but we need one. So if anyone wants to give us a Christmas present, horse box would be great.
Okay.
3.5 tons, because I can't drive any more than that, and you won't drive it, or a car that will tow a horse box with a horse box attached. That'd be great. A pickup truck would be awesome.
Now we're just getting onto your Christmas list. That's not what this video is about.
Oh, sorry.
I think you should leave. You're waffling and ruining my video. It was going so well until you arrived. Terrible. So sorry, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do leave us a like and comment and subscribe if you want to see more of our content. And we will see you in day 3. Stay tuned for more. Bye.